this is Angela with Marco's Permaculture. We are on our way to the Joy Creek Nursery in Scappoose, Oregon, about 30 miles away from my house. I've wanted to visit this nursery for quite a long time. Their online catalog is excellent and they carry hundreds of varieties of plants that they don't have available for mail order. So we are making the trip up there today. I thought I would show you around, point out some of the plants that I think are valuable and useful in a permaculture garden, plants that I would use in my flower borders, in my cottage gardening, and hopefully we will find some good things to take home. So hang tight. We have about 20 minutes of our drive up there left, and I will meet you when we get there. Joy Creek Nursery is located only a few minutes north of Sauvie Island. Here you can see the new Sauvie Island Bridge. Upon entering the nursery, the first thing you see is acres of beautifully landscaped, mature gardens. The paths are easy to walk and provide lots of inspiration for plantings you may want to consider in your own garden. I loved the fact that the plants here are at the height of maturity, so you can see what things will look like years from now if you buy them as starts at the garden center here. In many shady spots of the garden, you could find one of my favorite perennial flowering plants for shadier fruit guilds. This is Thalictrum, also called Meadow Rue. They are just starting to open up and it will have a gorgeous display of purple flowers here in the next week or so. Absolutely, this is a must-have for a shady spot in your garden. This Gunnera is just beginning to unfurl for the year. The leaves will get much larger as the season goes on. Now, Gunnera is a very large, beautiful landscape plant that is perfect next to a pond. It does require some shelter in the winter for it to overwinter well here in Zone 8B, but it provides lots of shady habitat if you have a large, damp space to grow it. Their banana grove is just waking up for the year as well. After strolling the grounds and enjoying all of the plantings, we entered the part of the nursery with the plants for sale. Now, my first impression is that everything was incredibly well organized and clearly labeled, and also laid out in a way that was really aesthetically pleasing. I loved their design. Their succulent selection was really quite ample, with loads of succulents that are hardy and will do well outdoors in Oregon. If you watch my channel much, you'll know that I love hardy geraniums. They're one of my favorite pollinator attractors. They had 5 kinds here that I haven't found anywhere else, including geranium nodosum, which does very well in shade. I was really blown away by the selection of unusual flowering pollinator attractor plants that Joy Creek carried in their regular stock. They had so many types of widow flowers here, as well as some of the more common guild plants that I use to bring in pollinators and to provide ground cover. Just a fantastic selection of blooming plants to bring in the bees, butterflies, wasps, hoverflies, and beetle pollinators. Lots of choices for the rain garden, including water-loving plants to go in the bottom, like this yellow-eyed grass, and plants to go on the top and back side of a rain garden berm, like this Thermopsis montana. The clematis display was incredibly well organized with many, many varieties to choose from. I was really pleased to see all of the types of clematis they have regularly available here. The herb selection was quite diverse and included many types of herbs that can be hard to find in the Portland area, like this Phlomis fruticosa, also known as Jerusalem sage. . If you're looking for more unusual plants for a cottage garden border or to put in your fruit guilds, this nursery has far more unique varieties than I've seen anywhere else in the Portland area. I might have made an audible whoop when I discovered their selection of asters. I have not seen so many choices anywhere. Petite ones, 12 inches across, up to ones that get 3.5 feet by 4.5 feet, in colors from white to pink to magenta to purple to blue. Now, asters make some of the best late flowering bee food you can find. They flower all the way into late October, and I took home several varieties. Just like the rest of the nursery, the shade house is very well organized and contains a diverse selection of plants, all of the common shade plants you would expect to find, plus many unusual varieties I can find nowhere else. Everywhere you wander in the nursery, there are small little vignette plantings to help give you inspiration for your own garden. The staff were knowledgeable and friendly, and they went and found a variety of Philadelphus in the backstock for me, and I appreciated them taking the extra effort to go and hunt down a variety that their website said they had in, but we couldn't find out on the floor. At the encouragement of the owners, we continued to stroll the grounds after we finished checking out. I was completely in love with this retaining wall and iron fencing. It had a magical feel to it, like sort of a woodland cottage with just enough kind of unkempt messiness for it to feel magical and lush and full. I loved this landscaping and was super inspired by it. Absolutely a look I would love to copy in my garden. If you can't get out to this beautiful garden yourself, please check out their website because Joy Creek Nursery does ship all over the United States and they have quite a mail order catalog. All right, I just finished shopping. The dogs are very excited that we're getting back in the car. Here's my impression of Joy Creek Nursery. It's amazing, and I don't know why I didn't come here years ago. They have so many things you can't find anywhere else in Portland. I found some varieties of aster and cranesbill geraniums, both of which are going in my fruit guilds and will be excellent bee food all the way into October. And many other plants that you just can't find elsewhere. Their selection was great. Their prices were good. They have beautiful, well-manicured landscaped grounds that they encourage you to stroll and enjoy. The staff, which I assume is the family that runs it, extremely helpful, very kind, and knowledgeable. As far as their COVID protocols, everybody was masked. They had you put your credit card on a tray, so it was contactless. They offered hand sanitizer to everybody. It felt really safe being here. And the location is just stunning, beautiful. If you are on your way up to Sauvie Island for the day, maybe to go strawberry picking or peach picking, just go a little bit further north and visit Joy Creek Nursery on your way. If you want to find rare and unusual and different plants for a good price that are not available anywhere else in the Portland area, definitely take a trip up here. Great stock, great prices, great family that runs it, beautiful grounds, really not that far outside of Portland. This nursery gets a 10 out of 10 from me. Excellent. I will definitely be coming back. So thanks for watching. If you have other nurseries that you want me to tour and rate and review, please drop them in the comments. I will definitely make an effort to go and visit them if they are in Oregon or Washington. And I'll be back soon with some more videos from my garden. So thanks.